So this is my first time being on live. This is cool. I should have thought of something to talk about before I got on live. I made a video about like everybody and everything is a mirror when it comes to life. How everything is connected, and at times when we want something, God gives us an example, and it's only in the matter if we're willing to notice that example or not. Like, I explained it into more details on the video. I set it for it to be posted at 4 today. But yeah, it's just the more and more I live, the more I realize all of this stress is unnecessary. Like, I feel like expectations are not meant to exist. And whenever I strive for something to be this way, I strive for perfection. But perfection doesn't even exist. So I'm pushing myself and stressing myself over something that doesn't even exist. It doesn't really make any sense. Oh, hi. Okay, well, they left. But yeah, like, it's just crazy thinking about how, like, the more and more you stress in life, the more difficult things become. Like, the more I just let things to just flow, life becomes 10 times easier. And I'm like, dude, this is actually, like, really cool. Like, I never experienced something like this. Oh, thank you. Thanks for watching my videos. What was I saying? I forgot. But yeah, life, I feel like the moment you let life just flow and you realize you only have so little of things that you can control, life is 10 times easier. Like, I understand it's easy to think we're supposed to control everything. No, the only thing I can control is what I do and what I say and how I react to things. I can't control how people think of me. I can't control how my day is going to be. I can't even control what I'm going to do in the next hour. Like, I might think and I might plan for that, but I really don't know. Life is that unexpected. Like, I plan to, like, maybe lay down in an hour and I might, like, start dancing. Like, you really never know. Like, I feel like the moment we realize, like, nothing is really in our control, life becomes easier and life is more fulfilling for that. Because if it's not in my control, I don't have to stress. And if I'm not stressing, I can just live freely and be myself. Like, I did a lot of volunteering when I was in college. And when I did, I was like, why not? Like, I had a Sunday. I would wake up mad early on Sundays just to go volunteering. I met so many different people and I experienced things I never seen before. I got to see how people live their lives, and the fact that people live completely different than me is crazy to think about. But we're all one. Hi. But we're all one at the end of the day. Like, that's so cool. I'm like, yo, like, this this isn't supposed to be taken this seriously. Like, I don't know what cow I got that ring from. I'm not sure. But don't count. I'm pretty sure cow rings are supposed to be gold. The joke would have been funny if I kept my gold ring in, but you can try next time. At least try to be funny when you insult, bro. But anywho, like, I feel like life is more like enjoyable the moment we take things not as seriously. Like, a lot of the things that bothered me as like a child and as a teen, I experienced the same thing and it doesn't even have an effect anymore. I'm like, yo, this feels like a superpower. Like, this is so cool. I literally made a video talking about it, and I made it so it can be, I made it so it can be viewed on at 4 o'clock today. Do you think there's an afterlife? Yes, I believe there's an afterlife, but hmm. So like the whole idea of afterlife, in like Abrahamic religions, it's like depending what you do on this planet is where you go, like heaven and hell. I don't believe in that. I believe heaven and hell is a state of mind, and I believe in the afterlife. It depends what you want to do. Like when you're going and you see the light, and like I believe in reincarnation. So like the whole light, you go towards the light. That's a trap. You're supposed to go into the darkness. Just like how in life, you're supposed to go to the darkness to actually find yourself. Dive deep within that darkness so you can actually find the light and make the light for yourself because you are the light. So when I think about the afterlife, I just think about going to the ancestral plane. Like I'm Haitian, like I'm a Haitian black woman. So at least I have that form of like something to think about because like the whole idea of like Haitian voodoo and stuff, they talk about it, and they talk about the ancestors and the ancestral plane and how it is. And I believe when I do ascend, when I do join the ancestors, that's where I will go. Just like making altars and stuff like that. Like all of that exists. And I don't think heaven and hell is a place, it's a way of thinking, it's a mindset. So hopefully that answered your question. But yeah, what was I talking about? I was talking about something before. But yeah, how is everybody doing? And that's another thing. Like, I feel like I remember this one dude. He was in my class when I was in middle school. Nothing bothered him. Nothing bothered him. Like, I remember in middle school, when I was in middle school, this whole thing, like, happened with, like, the clowns. If y'all remember, I remember vividly because where I'm from, like, the clowns actually, like, affected my area. Like, it was, like, I don't know what year it was, but it was around Halloween, and then people were like dressing up in clown costumes and literally harassing and hurting people. Like I remember that. And the clowns made a Facebook post saying that they're coming to my middle school. Everybody panicked, including me. I was panicking. I was literally praying at my locker like, God, please. And then come to find out they didn't. They were just walking around the school and it had to get shut down. It was a big thing. But yeah, his name was RJ. He was just sitting down. He's like, okay. Nothing bothered him. And at the time, I was questioning, like, why? And now I understand, like, that's how it's supposed to be. She's saying, no. Yeah, that's cool that you're thinking about that. Like, a lot of people don't really know of that. And that's why I feel like it's important to learn things and be open minded because you're not even aware of what you don't know that might help you in life. Like, that's why I like to talk to different people. Once in a while, I'll just go up to a stranger and start a conversation because I'm like, why not? Like, it's so it's so cool. Yeah, that clown era was crazy. Like, and I try to bring it up to my friends, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, y'all don't remember? I remember that. Like, it was a big deal. Wait, can I mute? I'm gonna use this button because I think my dog's gonna bark soon, and I don't want to like rip y'all eardrums from it. So yeah, but yeah, like that clown era was crazy, and yes, clown era. People were literally getting harassed, bro. Like the era that I was in when it happened. Hold on. The area that I was in, they like I remember handing out candy to kids, and there's a police officer in every corner because people were literally getting beat up by these clowns. Yes, like people were actually getting hurt from these clowns. I don't know who started it. I don't know how it became a thing, but I remember in my area it was a big thing. Like there was a police officer in every corner during Halloween because people were literally getting beat up by these people wearing clown costumes. Like it was insane. Like was it 2017? 2018? When was it? 2016? I don't remember. It was like one of like the 20 teens era. Like it was crazy. Like nostalgia. My heart goes out to those people that were victims to that because that's crazy. Like, how you gonna explain to people, dude, why are you in the hospital? Yo, this clown beat me up. What? Like, that's crazy. Like, huh? Yeah, 2015, 2016. Yeah, that was the era. Like, finally somebody actually, like, knows that era because it was crazy to me. Like, I can't believe I experienced something like that. Like, that's how you know nothing is real. Cause what? Like sometimes, like I want to remind myself that I have free will and I would do something random, and that just proves like nothing is real. Cause a group of people were like, you know what? I think we should beat up people. They, like what? Like it's not real. It's so unserious sometimes. Like life is so unserious for real. Like my high school literally got threats all the time, like all the time, but nobody took it seriously. I never really understood that, but I get that now. But I never heard of any clowns being the aggressor. Yeah, I've heard clowns being the aggressor. So like whenever I meet people that are terrified of clowns, I get it. Like I can see why you're scared of clowns. Like I'm not scared of clowns, but I can see why people are scared of it. You know, like and I saw this thing of like this made me back to middle school. Oh my gosh, yes, like cool math games. Those were my games. Like I remember playing it. Same with Minecraft, and like games used to be free. Now if you want to play a game on like your phone or like Safari or any browser, you gotta pay. That blows my mind. I'm like I used to play so many games for free as a kid. Now if I want to pay, like if I want to play a game and have fun, I gotta pay for it. How does that make any sense? Like it's crazy. Like middle school was cool, honestly. I was bullied a lot in middle school, but honestly, it builds character. So, but yeah, like, wait, I was talking about something. Dang, I forgot. No, I remember. So there was this theory, right, of this guy. This guy, yeah, honestly, subscriptions to Breathe, for real. I'd be thinking about the Lorax. Like, what if the Lorax was a warning to everybody? Because in the Lorax, spoiler alert, in the Lorax, like they made people pay for air. Like O'Hare, they made people pay for air, and I'm like, yo, what if this is like a warning to everybody? Like, if y'all don't tighten up, if y'all don't come together, we gonna make y'all pay for air. We gonna make you pay for to breathe. Like, imagine, like, and that's not far fetched. Cause like, think about it right now. We got robots walking around. Have y'all watched iMovie? Like, not iMovie, iRobot. Have y'all watched that? I think that was a warning sign. I feel like people be knowing and be dropping it early on to warn everybody, like, hey, this could be you if you don't act up. Cause, huh? For real? Uh, yeah, it's okay though. But I be remembering. But there was this theory, right? Of like, back to the clowns. Like, jesters and clowns became a thing because this guy was on shrooms, like, he was on magic mushrooms. And he went into the dimension where jesters and clowns existed. But when he became sober, they weren't existed in like our dimension. So he literally brung it back and was like, "Hey, this is what a jester and a clown is." I don't know if it's true, but I 100% believe if it's true because all of the things that are mystical and like make believe and sci-fi and fiction, I don't believe it's fake. I for real think it's real. for sure. Like, I'm Haitian. There's nothing that's gonna be like mind blowing to me at this point because I've heard of it all. I've seen a lot. Like, just being spiritual and seeing things in general is like crazy because like a lot of people will not really understand like what I try to say unless they experience it themselves. I've been having like paranormal activity since I was a kid. Like, my imaginary friend, at the time I was like, yeah, it's my friend. I was literally talking to a spirit. Like, it wasn't fake. It was an actual spirit. Like, huh? I don't know, but yeah. But just thinking about how in society it's normal to drink, but whenever you drink, most people get violent. They make horrible decisions. They cheat on people. They do things that they generally don't remember. But it's normal to drink. But when it comes to like using MJ or mushrooms or anything other than the source of that, a plant, is demonized. Why is that? Whenever I use MJ, all I want to do is just sit and think. I never want to hurt somebody. But the moment I drink, which I don't, because it makes me so sad. I hate it. I start crying. I'm like, what is going on? What is in this drink? And why do people do this for fun? Why do people willingly consume this? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But I'm just rambling at this point. This is my first time going on live. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I should do this more often. But next time I'm gonna think of something to do while I'm on live, because I'm just sharing my thoughts at this point. And I like to think, I like to talk, especially about things people generally don't really talk about. Yeah, I don't know why you're considered boring for that. Like, to each their own, honestly. Because I've been around people, like, it'll be a party and they're drinking until they can't remember. Why do you want why do you want to get to that point? Is everything okay? It shouldn't be normalized at all. And they do the craziest things. I've seen people do the craziest things because they were drinking. They were just drunk. What? Why is that normal? It shouldn't be normal. I literally saw four drunk men beat up a porta potty. Porta potty. Yeah, I'm not making this up. I was coming home from a party. I'm walking. Just four men just beating up a porta potty. What's going on? I I walked the other way. I walked the long way home. I don't want to walk past them. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. For real, what did the porta potty do? Cause I'm like, what's going on? Like, they beat it up to an oblivion. Like, it was just pieces of plastic at the end of it. Did I watch them do it? Yes, I watched them. Cause I'm like, this is not real. Like, it's just life really proves to me that it's not real for real. Cause what are you talking about? That was crazy. They just beat up that porta potty for no reason. Like, ripped it to shreds. I'm like, what? There's no way. But yeah, like, college in general was crazy. Nah, nobody was in it. Thank God. Because if somebody was in it, they would not have survived. Because there's no way. There was nobody in that thing. Because when they were done, it was just plastic. Well, I hope not. I didn't see any blood or anything like that. But no, nobody was in there. Because they lifted it up super, like, easily. Like, I literally was walking and I see four guys walk up to the porta potty and just started beating it up. It took them like 5 minutes to completely shred the porta potty. What? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to know what the conversation was before they walked up. Like, were they like, guys, I'm mad. Oh, I'm mad too. Let's beat this up. Like, what was their thought process? Cause what? Life is not real. This is not real. Cause wow. I don't know if y'all watched that show. Like, not for real. Cause I knew their hands were hurting. Cause what are you talking about? Like, you're punching hard plastic. How did your hands not hurt after that? Like, huh? And then people expect me to walk past them. Heck no, I'm not gonna walk past them. I'm not gonna take. They just beat up a porta potty. What they gonna do to me? I'm good. I'll take the long way home. I'll be okay. But yeah, like college in general is crazy. Like I remember going into college. All people would tell me about college is like the parties were amazing. It's the best 4 years of your life. This is amazing. You're gonna have nothing like this. No, it was the complete opposite experience for me. I don't know about y'all, but I hated it. Like, I really did. There was nothing fun to come out of it. Like, it was honestly like so difficult to experience and something so difficult to like have fun in. I'm really broke. I breathe and I had to pay for something. Oh, yeah, I didn't like being that broke. I didn't like being so secluded. Like, the thing I did like about college is how like accessible things are. Like they put grocery stores right next to the university. If you didn't want to walk alone at night, they had people you can call so you can go on a golf cart and walk around. Like I feel like college is like holding your hand to like the real world, but it doesn't prepare you for the real world. I don't like how college is marketed to like help you and to like learn and grow. Depends on how you take it, but it's just made so you can get a degree. Like college is made so you can get a degree, but that degree does not guarantee a job. A lot of people that I know that graduated college, I only know two people that got a job after they graduated. The rest work at the same university they graduated at because the university is expecting them to pay the student loans that they got from them, yet they don't have a job. So what do? They go back to school in the meantime while they find an actual job. Not dissing the job, but when they find their actual career job, that's when they go. But in the meantime, they're back to the same school that put them in debt so they can pay the debt, but they're still working at the school. I don't get it. I don't really get it. So, and I didn't like how like the atmosphere was. Like I get it, people don't make everything, but they kind of do. Like the people that I was hanging around, I met like so many different types of people, and I feel like what I got out of it is like people are just, yeah, people are mirrors. Like they're teaching you how to be patient. The things that annoy you in life, they're teaching you how to be patient. The things that piss you off and get you angry, they're teaching you how to be happy and how to handle it. Like everything is a learning lesson. So overall, I just didn't like the experience. Like the combination of being broke, being around people that were not the best human beings, how expensive it was, and the fact that it doesn't guarantee a job at the end of it, I didn't like the experience at the end of the day. But it's to each their own, though. Like, I'm not knocking anybody that's still in college. I'm rooting for them because it's a struggle, especially right now. Yeah, it's hard. But I also know like a handful of people that dropped out because they can't afford it. And it's sad. Yeah, like a lot of new grads, and I feel like not enough people are talking about it. And I think because they're not talking about it, because it makes people scared. Like, when I graduated high school, the only option that was in my face was college. Like, nobody talked about trade school, nobody talked about, like, entry level jobs. Like, nobody talked about any of that. So, what I did was just go to college. I just did what was told. And that's okay if it's not your true passion. I feel like it's very easy to like do what people are telling us to do with our lives because that's all we hear. Like society is made to cater to other people, especially this one. And if you feel like it's not your passion, you gotta ask yourself, are you willing to do this for the rest of your life? Because at the end of the day, you gotta go through that job. You gotta go through all of it. We do need nurses. We do need medicine. But I'm saying, like, follow what you know, follow how you feel. Because I met so many people, they go to school and they go to extra school and they wind up hating their job. And now they resent their parents because their parents just like put that on them. And I'm not blaming the parents because the parents would probably put that same idea too. This is nobody's fault. It's no one's fault. Like, nobody's to blame for this. Like, you listen to your parents because you think your parents know because they've been here longer than you. They're your parents. But your parents can also give bad advice. There's nothing wrong with that. They can still love you and just happen to be bad advice givers. Everybody's human, you know? Like, and it's sad to think about it because it's like, yo, they spent this much money and they're swimming in debt just to get a job they don't like, just to be in something that they're not happy in doing. It makes me real sad. And I'm like, is this really what I want? Like, I really feel like it's important to take gap semesters and gap years. And luckily, people like my age are doing that. Like, it's kind of rare for me to meet a college student right now that would be criticizing a person for taking a gap semester. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's like, it's less likely. Everybody that, at least most of the people I know, most of the college students I know, they are not opposed into taking a gap semester or even a gap year in the middle of their college career. Like, they're not opposed to it because everybody needs a break. College is draining and nobody wants to talk about it. Not saying nobody, but it's like I feel like more people glamorize college than actually be honest about it. Like, share both sides about it because, huh? I literally made a whole video talking about like how college made me feel and how it's not for me. Like, it's okay to realize that college is not for everybody. And I'm saying right now, it ain't for me. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. It shouldn't be for everyone. And I sometimes think like the people that like glamorize it, what if they're like getting paid to do that? Like, kind of like a game of telephone. One person starts one phrase and everybody repeats the rest. And like it might be changed because people think differently and stuff like that. Like, I don't know who started the whole college needs to be blah 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 because it's not for everybody. Yeah, like, and I'd like to talk about that because I feel like now a lot of people talk about it because it seems like we're bashing our parents, but I'm not. I love my parents. They just tell me what they think is best for me. But we also have to understand people give you advice that they think is best for themselves. So they're going to give it to you because they think it's best for you too. People are only deep with you depending on how they're deep with themselves. If they're not honest with themselves, they're not going to be honest with you. If they feel like they need to get a job that they hate, they're going to suggest that for you too. Not for everybody, but how could they not? They tell themselves one thing, why would they tell you something different? If they believe a certain way, why would they make you believe a different sort of way, if that makes sense? We're all human at the end of the day. We project how we are on the inside. If a person thinks they should settle for something, they're automatically going to think you should settle too. Because they're thinking, hey, I am. Why can't you? That's human nature. We're just squishy bags of flesh that have feelings. That was random, but I have to say that. But yeah, like, they're trying at the end of the day. But it's up to you and using your discernment. Like, is this what I want for real? Like, is this really what I want to put my years to, my energy towards? And we just have to be honest with that. And it's kind of hard because they're our parents, you know? It's really hard. But at the end of the day, it's your life. Like, you have to live with it for the rest of your life. And that's another thing. Parents, they might give you bad advice, but they'll never take credit for the bad advice that they give you. So let's just say you do listen to them and you figure out, yo, this advice is not it. They might like invalidate it and be like, I didn't give you that advice, or they'll be like, I didn't force you to do it. Nobody is going to take credit for giving bad advice. So what I say to that is just do what makes you happy at that point, cause huh? Like, okay, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the kind words. It was nice talking to you. But yeah, like, life is really crazy just to think about it that way. Like, the older I grow up, the more I see my parents as human beings. You know, because as a kid, at least I can say for myself, as a kid, I put my parents on a pedestal, you know? They can do no wrong. They're my parents. They're my end all be all. Like, they're my everything because I'm a kid. And now I grow up, I see my parents as people, not just my parents, if that makes sense. Like, they're still my parents, but now they're human beings. Human beings make mistakes, they have feelings, they can be wrong sometimes. I see them as human beings, and it's like me understanding them to that level makes me relate to them more and makes me be like, whenever they say or do something, I take it less personally now because I'm like, they're just a human being. They're living life just like I am. This is the first time that they're here. This is the first time that they're living as this specific human being in this lifetime. Like, this is the first time they're ever experiencing being themselves. They're navigating life just as much as I'm navigating life. And I do have sympathy towards my parents. Like, I have sympathy towards my parents, but as a kid, I don't want to say resentment, but it's like it's kind of hard to forgive, you know? Because everybody makes mistakes. Like, that's just normal. But if you make a mistake and you do something to a person, what right do you have to gaslight the person saying it's not a big deal or it never happened? You know, like, but at the same time, when people don't forgive themselves, how are they going to forgive you? If people are not gentle with themselves, if they're not kind to themselves, how are they going to be kind to you? You cannot give something to somebody if you don't give it to yourself. That's like trying to give money to somebody when you don't have money. You can't. It's the same thing with kindness, with love, with anything. And it's a hard pill. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Like, what you give out into the universe is what you get back. And that's just how it is. But yeah, next time I'm on live, I'm gonna just do something. I don't know. What do people do on live? I really don't know. Hmm. I might get back on here later because this is actually pretty fun. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off and I'm gonna make a list of things to talk about next time I'm on live so I don't ramble, if that makes sense. But thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.